Practice before you preach. The history of the world is the story of a few men who have faith in themselves. Once there lived a learned man. He considered himself a great scholar. Every morning, a milkmaid would deliver milk to him. She was a simple and a happy maid. She lived on the other side of the river. A boatman would ferry her across the river every day. One day, there was a storm. The clouds were dark and ominous, and there was torrential rain. The boatman was obviously reluctant to ply the boat in such stormy weather. She waited for some time to see if the rain would stop and the boatman would indeed ferry her across. Finally, when the rain tapered, he did ferry her across the river. It was late, and the great man was very annoyed. On hearing her explanation about the storm, he pompously declared, "Foolish girl, take the name of the Lord. It will help you cross the river." The milkmaid had great faith in the words of the master. She recollected his learned advice. She uttered the name of the Lord with implicit trust and faith and walked through the waters. The next day, she was on time. On being asked, she told the master that she had walked across the waters. The master was astonished. He could not believe his ears. The master demanded that the milkmaid prove her claim. The simple-hearted milkmaid closed her eyes and with the name of the Lord on her lips walked across the waters easily. On seeing the miraculous sight, the master thought, "Ah, if my words are so great, I must indeed be a very great man." He was puffed up with pride. In his arrogance and pride, he decided to walk through the river. He stepped into the waters. Though he was chanting the name of the Lord, after a few steps, he was filled with fear. His trust and faith were not strong enough. Worried that his silk dhoti would get wet, he lifted the hem of his robe. He forgot God. He lost his balance and fell down. Unable to swim, he was drowned in the river. What have we learned? The master was full of pride and egoism. His pride brought his downfall. Humility is the hallmark of the good and great. One should always practice before one preaches.